Hello everyone, this is Moses from ZAATAR Gardens. Last night we had a pretty heavy rain. I mentioned it in the previous video with the mangoes. It was flooded. It flooded all the way up to right over here. It's the next morning and it was really windy. So now I think it's 57 degrees today. Mind you, about a month ago it was 83 degrees. So the plants don't know what they're doing right now. So we're gonna do another garden tour. I'm not gonna speak so much, or I'm not gonna try to. And I'll just probably mention things I notice. So I'll start here. The Okinawa, you can see the purple, and the longevity spinaches love that rain last night. It's amazing what rain can do. Even the next day you'll see vibrancy, not just from the glistening of the water droplets, as you can see on the passion fruit leaves, but it's just the plants get more vibrant. I planted a new passion fruit. It's regarded as the lowest, is the most cold hardiest, delicious edible passion fruit, called the Nancy Garrison. And these are the most, I forgot the names of these two, but they're the most cold hardy, but they're not that edible. They're okay when I ate them, but they weren't the best. And that's a purple possum and a Frederick. So I have 4 passion fruits, 3 varieties. So everything's so bright. Papaya seedlings are doing good. I planted more where these were planted. Pears got chopped back heavily, and I took off all the flowers. With all this moisture, I was having a fire blight issue, so I took off a lot of flowers. And I don't have my microphone on me today, so if the audio is a little bit off, it's because of that. Because with the tours, many of you mentioned that you would like to see 30-minute tours or 30-minute videos, and I don't want to have to wear a microphone and wire and all that during 30 minutes. The mangoes I was worried about because of the wind and the heavy rain. This is the first time I'm looking at them. This got a little tethered, but still okay. Just pushing out new growth like crazy. It needs to get warmer. And I tip prune this so you can see all the little white bumps on the nodes of the leaves. So it's gonna send out more branches, hopefully. It will, but I'm hoping sooner rather than later. Look how heavy the Zaatar plants were this tall, and look how much, because of the rain, how heavy they got, they're falling over. I gotta prune them anyways, but it's not hot enough yet to dry them. And if I did prune it yesterday, let's say, to dry, it was gonna be raining, so it'd be humid or rained on, so it wasn't worth it. Lime, doing great. Mare lemon, Satsuma mandarin. I try to keep these small. I don't want them any taller than the fence. The moringas are doing great. They're pushing out growth. They just need warmth, that's all. See right here. Focus. There it is. So all over it has those little red nodules growing out, new growth. Here's the black currant. Almonds are doing really well. I haven't seen any of those leaf-footed beetles. You can see them here. They're too, they might be still edible. I mean, the whole tree is full, so this whole tree is full of it, of almonds. This one is empty because of we've been eating from this one, but the rest just full of almonds. So like I said, it's green. We eat them green, but now they're getting kind of tough, and you don't want to eat it at that point. Let's see over here. Let's see from this angle. All the grapes and all the grapevines going down that way. Nectarines are finally forming up, so it's time to thin them soon. Nectarine, the apricot, that's the plum. And I'll show you some peaches right now. And here's some more nectarine, but they're not really sizing up on this side. And here's the peach. So peach, plum, nectarine, apricot. Either make your own. If you're having a pollination issue, get one tree and just graft a whole bunch of varieties on it. The olives, this is a Kornecki. You can see, I'm gonna zoom in, you can see all the little dots. How many flowers it's gonna have this year. And the Albertina, how many flowers there are here. We're gonna have a good olive year. If you've never seen olives flower, this is not open yet. I haven't seen any open ones yet. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year for olives throughout. Finally, this probably is today, the Sweet 16, very complex tasting, or the most complex tasting apple, Sweet 16 apple, is finally pushing growth. Good. That's a purely experimental here. Tamarillos, you can see one here, and the other one right here are doing amazingly well. I mean, just so vibrant. Look at that. Look at the color. Barbados cherry, acerola. It didn't really fully go dormant. That's good. So, but I hope this is the year it flowers. I mean, a lot of people online I've read say that it could, I hope it fruits. It flowers every year. A lot of people online say that it can flower profusely and then not produce anything, and it's done that for a long time. And look how vibrant the parsley got after the rain. Isn't that amazing? So let me do the ultra wide so you can pan out this way. See the bottom. Everything has wood chips, or ground cover. That way when the summer comes, there's not much rain. You can see it can hold the moisture, but you can see the French tarragon, I think they call it the dragon's breath, just flopping over because of the moisture. I mean, just look how beautiful that is. If you don't have French tarragon, I'd buy one. Herbaceous perennial. Plant it once and you're done. And helps me, is my own experience, helps me with my sore throats if I have one. Or upset stomach, amazing in teas. But if you eat it fresh, which I do, if you eat it fresh, there's a reason why they call it dragon's breath. It's fiery, really spicy, and lingers too. Look at the blueberries. Once again, I don't do anything to these blueberries. This is a Misty right here. And we got two Sunshine Blues. You can see how much production. I'll zoom out in a minute here. This is harder to see. You see how much production? You see all those globes? This is 3. I have 8 blueberries. Undoubtedly, the most controversial videos are my blueberry videos. People saying how I'm doing it wrong, how I'm sharing bad advice. You know, one person even said, I think from Switzerland, It's amazing how you can grow them, but don't tout them as being easy to grow, because they are not. And then with a smiley face at the end. Okay, so I should tell everybody, stay hungry. Don't try growing blueberries because they're tough. They're hard to grow. Yeah, right. They are easy. I did nothing. I put wood chips down, foliar fed with seaweed and fish, and I put my plants. And now they're producing blueberries. Now this should already be ripe, by the way. So these are another 2 sunshine blues. Look at the raspberry patch. Watch this. And there's more. There's a bountiful blue, a misty, and another sunshine blueberry over there. But look at the raspberries, everyone. Watch this. Look at how amazing. Now I'm on the ultra wide right now, so. And then let me zoom in a bit. Look at the color. Isn't that amazing? Oh, and I have a pink blueberry too. And here's the jujube. I did 2 videos on this. I did an info video and I did a growth habit video / pruning video in a way. Those will be up soon. I'm backed up. I have at least 10 to 12 videos backed up to edit. So bear with me. And here's the pink. Let me see if I can get a picture of the blueberries on it. This is a pink lemonade blueberry right here. I put tomato. People have asked me, why do you put tomato cages on plants that don't need it? And the reason is right there. So Lulu doesn't run over new plants. That's why they're around my grapes, so she doesn't hit this vine and break it. That's why they're here, so she doesn't run with the squirrel back and forth on the fence and break one of these vines of the grapes. So that's why you see tomato cages everywhere. My daughter's peach took all the produced about excuse me, put in ground, I don't know, I don't really remember. I think it was February, end of February. Produced about 50, 60 peaches. I took them all off. I was gonna keep about 5. No. That kumquat over there, there's a kumquat over there, I purchased when my wife told me she's pregnant with Shant, my son. Then when when my daughter was born, that spring, I bought this peach. So that is my son's favorite fruit in the whole garden is a kumquat. I'm hoping my daughter's favorite fruit will be yellow peach. Early Alberta peach here. And I think of this when I saw all the little fruit. Sorry for the bird. When I think of all the little fruit that was on here about, let me switch hands. Whew. Well, all the little fruit that was on here, I wanted to taste it. I wanted her to taste it, you know, like this is your peach. We can make it into baby food. But I thought, you know what, it's going to struggle. Even one peach, it's going to struggle to produce that one peach. So I told myself, why would I have my daughter's plant struggle in the beginning? I wouldn't want my daughter in real life to struggle. So I took off all the peaches. It's a Zutano avocado with Timbra spicata on the base. Timbra spicata on the base with my Mexicola. Here is the donut peach. You can see all the peaches on it. I mean, this is, I have to still thin, everyone. This is way too much. Okay, so I'll show you like a few branches. Okay. Now, imagine all that. What you just saw on every, square inch, almost every few inches there was a peach. Imagine all this. And this thing right now is about 7 feet tall. Imagine how many peaches. So it's just insane. It's so much where I should have thinned so heavily last year, and I learned my lesson and I didn't, and I will be doing it this year. Here is, I believe it, this is a Thompson. You can see let me know in the comments too right now if you like that I spend time zooming in on plants so you can see things up close. And for everyone still on here, I've gotten, not complaints, but suggestions like, Moses, how come you don't film in HD or whatever? This right now is being filmed in 1080. I have Filmic Pro, and I have many apps. I've spent a lot of money on my phone and on my computer to get the highest quality possible. So a lot of my videos are 4K, exported to 1080 sometimes. So if you're seeing things blurry, there's a few things. The platform, sometimes it takes 30 minutes for it to process HD. So if you get the notification and watch right away, sometimes it doesn't show complete HD. But the other one is, click the top 3 dots on the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, and make sure it didn't go to auto 480. You got to put it on 1080 sometimes. So let me know in the comments below if you like the close-ups. Because this right now, when I watch it on my phone, it is pristine, like in-person clarity. This is Concord. You can see the beautiful, beautiful leaves. Go this way. See how much fruit this is gonna set. Those are all the flowers before they open. So this is the Concord. Okay, this is the Mexicola. Let me zoom out. You can see it right here. This used to be 8 feet tall. I chopped it down and 3 scaffolding branches up here, so I can have a dense canopy from this growth in the middle. And you can see right here how, let me show you. You can see right here the flowers that haven't opened yet. Those are brand new. They haven't been pollinated yet. But you can see these ones that are swelling and turning brown on the tips, like this. Those have been pollinated, and it's up to nature to decide, should I create a little avocado in that husk of a flower. So every branch tip has flowers. The parsley that I did a giveaway on Instagram. I don't want to do anything on this platform, YouTube that is, because there's so much rules and stipulations, and I do not want to hinder my channel on just a giveaway. So I wouldn't live with myself if I lost my channel because of a giveaway. So I will not be doing giveaways on this channel on YouTube probably ever. So, but yeah, that was a giveaway done. Huge leaves, but it's going to seed now, so big leaves on this 8th generation of my own seed stock of growing parsley. It's the Flavor Grenade Pluot. Zoom out. You see all the growth. Just immense growth. You can just see all the fruit. See them all? My grandmother's Thompson, cutting, flame seedless, very slow grower compared to the rest. Greens, flower. I just let them pollinate and fall, the seeds, and they come back every year. Gotten a lot of questions on plums about new leaf growth, and people are, not just one, but 2 people have kind of been worried of the new leaf growth. Looks sickly. This is how it looks, everyone. So this is a pluot. This is how the leaves are going to look. Same with the Santa Rosa plum or any other plum. That's normal. Okay, I can't really walk that way, so let's walk this way. Lulu, you're still there? God. That's I think you pronounce a Manuka grape. Really dark grape, really sweet. I heard the wine is good of that. Cherimoy is doing really well. Let's see, let's go down this way, I suppose. Got 19.5 minutes now. Really easy to do these type of videos because I don't really edit them. Flowering. Apples. I always worry with apples if they're flowering and it rains. because fire blight or any other disease problems. The grafts are they're still green, they're still pretty healthy. So there's 3 grafts of King David, I believe, here, 3 grafts. And 3 grafts of my favorite apple, the Macintosh, on that tree. You can see one right here, right over here. Sapote, just producing fruit. I don't know what the black is. I have sprayed liquid copper on this in the past. I don't know what it is, and I hope it's not a bad disease. I've always had it every year. Since I bought this plant, I've always had, so if anyone knows, please tell me. I've always had this problem. See the black? I've always had that problem on the leaves, it will produce, but I've always had the problem of black. Maybe I should put sulfur on it. I don't consider, like liquid copper or sulfur chemical, because, they're from the ground, I don't, and if you disagree, leave it in the comments. I may or may not read it. But as long as there's no added poison or fungicide in there, chemically made, let's say like a laboratory that wasn't from a mineral, then yeah, I won't be using that. Beautiful new leaves on a Vernon Sapote. And that's what it looks like prior. So there's some big fruit on this Vernon Sapote right over here. You see the flowers. Not much of that black soot stuff on this. You see the fruit here. So there's 5 pieces of fruit there. Probably will go down to 1 or 2 by itself. I don't thin it. Look at the new growth, everyone. Isn't that amazing? In April, what is it, April 6th today? Brand new flowers. And you're like, well, Moses, that's cool, but I mean, flowers are flowers. It's gonna flower. Everyone, this is the 3rd time it has flowered. So this is like the 2nd bumper crop, the 2nd bumper flowers. Okay, here's Generique. Let me find, ooh, look at this one. Now that's a picture I should take. Look at that one. Now there's probably gonna be, last year was over 100 Generique. Green, sour, Persian, plum. We usually eat it with salt, and we eat it unripe like this. You can let them ripen, and they will turn yellow and sweet. And I've heard it's very good, but it's too hard to pass up green. But this year, I will let like probably 10 of them ripen up, just so I could taste it. That'll be an interesting video later. It's the kumquat, my son's tree. New growth. Very slow growing tree, but beautiful. Look at the purple tree collard. I have some growing, some cuttings. Well, actually, excuse me, I have 1 cutting. Because it's getting dense over here and not over here, and that the reason is because it always grows at tips. So last year I should have pruned back over here. I just was too afraid to lose any plants. It's just getting so dense where you can't even walk in there anymore. So I bought another, I propagated another cutting. It's rooted. I'm gonna do a video about that, on why I propagate the way I do, and why I use a certain pot for propagation of root cuttings. That's another video I gotta make. And I'm gonna prune all this back and plant that one somewhere in the middle, because this is an edible collard green that never dies off. It may flower, which it did, Let me see some bean pods. Here's the seed pods right here. See all the seed pods? So they'll produce little seeds that produce some different type of plants like that. That's not a collard. That's a mix of collard and purple tree collard. I planted collard greens long ago, and those do not look like the ones I planted because they'll have purple on the base, just like the purple you see here. But you can see the leaves look like a collar. They don't have the same purple as the purple tree collard, but the base is purple, so it's a mixture. There's a new planting of a dark raspberry, Jewel. Here is my newly planted Fuyu persimmon. It's producing flowers, but I'm gonna take off all the flowers, of course. There's the flowers right there. They haven't opened yet. So all over. Very, very, very beautiful leaf, by the way. My favorite fruit of all. Look at $120. My favorite fruit. The nursery gave me an exchange. They said before I purchased a tree, and it's right over here. It never came out of dormancy. It actually was dying back. It's dead. More than half of it was dead. So because I bought it in dormancy, they allowed a refund, but they told me 50%. I went back and I talked to another manager, and they said, no, we'll just exchange it. We're not going to give you 50% back. They said, you want another one? Or all your money back? And I said, oh, I'll take another one. Oh, there we go. Let's see more genetic. Here's my sea berry. Sea berry, this has been, I think, 4 years in the ground, at least 3.5 years. There's a male. I think Orange Energy female and Star of Altai. Either or. I don't remember. The tags are down there. But once again, I don't see any flowers or anything. I don't know how this gets pollinated. I don't know. But luckily, people have told me that the leaves are great in tea because a sea berry, keep in mind, moringa is extremely nutritious, which I grow moringa as well. The sea berry has the most nutrition diversity. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I think, don't quote me, just research it on your own, but I think it's like 160 different vitamins and minerals that are in sea berry and its leaves. So like the sea berry has, like, let's say, I don't know, 80% of the nutrition, 20% of the nutrition comes from the leaves. Do your own research though. So you'll see this is my flavor grenade, my dapple dandy. And you see I'm having growth coming out this way. All this growth, they're all gonna get chopped back. I want it open so I can walk. I don't want no growth here. So this is half a tree. If you could, let me go back. See how it's half a tree growing out this way, but not this way. So I don't like growing things in pots, but because of the times we're in right now, my wife said, just get peppers, get edibles, you know. So, and I did a video on this. I'll upload that later. Some more peppers. Here's a celestial fig. I hope that I don't have any problems with it again, because I'm showing problems. Oh, and the leaves are falling. So this is what happens every year. And I hope this is just for this limb, because the other ones look okay. But every year, I get this problem. And I've already sprayed copper on it. And, you know, I've had problems where all the leaves will just crunch up and just die off. And if it does, and I'm doing everything I can for this sugar fig or celestial fig. But by the way, this is a dwarf fig. That's why it's planted so close to concrete. This is as tall as it's going to get. Maybe another foot. But that's it. This tree, I think, is almost 5 years old. two and a half years in the ground and 2.5 years in a pot. So so if you want a dwarf fig or a container fig, celestial is your thing. But for me, for some reason, I'm just hoping these leaves stay this way. And let me know how you guys like this ultra wide view, so you can see a whole bunch at a time. In the comment section below, please. I need more feedback. Okay, I'm at 30.5 minutes. Lulu, still. You've been there for almost 20 minutes. Are you stuck? God. I'll show you the Egyptian walking onion. Really cool. So they'll produce these pretty much like shallots, however you pronounce it. So this will open up here. This will open up like this. Produce a whole bundle of mini onions. And then get heavy and send out more mini onions. They touch the ground, gets heavy. They touch the ground, roots, grows another walking onion, touches the ground, roots, hence Egyptian walking onion. And they'll walk more than Lulu did today. Lulu, what's wrong with you? Let's see, this is the pixie grape. See the little flowers about to open. All those little guys. They're everywhere. Don't think you have to look close sometimes. As you can see. So that's all that grape is right there. That's as big as they kind of get. Some more Egyptian walking onion. I basically cut this in half last year or the year prior. Took that clump and put it there. So if you want onions for the rest of your life, literally, Egyptian walking onion. So this sumac here, beautiful, isn't it? This is not the poisonous type. This is the edible one. Produces sweet tart berries that I use in my Zaatar mixes. This is the red sumac that I use in the mix for Zaatar. So you can see the beautiful leaves. Look at this. It's like the tropics. I know I'm zoomed in a moment. I'll zoom out. And look at the color, everyone. I'll go as smooth as I can. Okay, now let me zoom out all the way, ultra. You can see how pretty this is. Makes you feel like you're in the tropics a little bit. But I hope my papayas grow even more. So, like I said, they were shaded. I didn't say, excuse me. They were shaded out by the ashwagandha. They were shaded out by the ashwagandha, so they don't look that great. But these have roots in them. Hopefully they make them. If not, I'll show you right over here. The passion flowers are sending out shoots. Variegated elderberry. I already did another video about that. I have to upload. Excuse me. Every 3 months I buy like papayas and I eat them, but I don't throw away the seeds. I bury them in here. So there's like 1, 2, and now 3 rows. So right over here were the best of those papayas from last year. They're over a year old, that papaya. So let me zoom out. I dug a trench and I planted all the papaya seeds. These were the best out of the bunch because they had the most sun. I dug it out and I put it in that pot because this gets only short afternoon sun and that's it. And they need more sun. So pink lady apple with a whole bunch grafted to it. The purple passion. Okay, so it's very interesting. This is kind of an experiment. I won't be doing a video about it. This is 9 crowns of purple passion asparagus, and every year I have trouble with growth coming out of spring. And if I pull back the weeds, like you can imagine, this is how it looked like over here. If I pull back the weeds the next day, everybody, if it's a time of year for it to come out of dormancy, which is now, the next day it'll produce spears, and it did. So this is a new one that just came out right here. You see it? There's some more right there. Oh, and the top broke off. That's probably Lulu. There's some more. See right there? So that's Lulu, wherever. Hence, the wire, so she doesn't run here. So I gotta get another one. So I probably have to get one of those and just put it here. Oh, that dog. So this is the Heavenly White Nectarine. This is my wife's favorite. Any nectarine is my wife's favorite. So you can see the clump here. I got a thin. I'll zoom in. See how they look? This will, when you cut it open, it will look white as paper, like white as a cloud. So you can see everywhere is fruit. Every branch has fruit on it, almost. This is the prune. This is the Flavor Delight Aprium. Now I'm gonna show you right now. Let me show you this. Watch this. You see all the fruit going up? Look at this. Isn't that really cool? Look at all that fruit. Let me know in the comment section below if you're still around. That way I know if I didn't go too long on a tour. But like I said, I did many polls on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube community, and 97% was please make longer videos. Like 30 minutes plus was the question, I think. Honeyberry, that's a newly planted last year, and this is 2 years old. And the Parfionca pomegranate, which I hope flowers this year. The best tasting pomegranate variety in the world by many standards, and I've had it myself. The best acid to sweet ratio and a completely edible seed. Like not even crunchy at all. So now I'm in my front yard. I'm not gonna speak so much. I'll just walk it through. I maintain it as an arid climate. Planted yesterday pineapple guava for my other pineapple guava right here. I don't want to pan up too much. Brand new strawberry guavas. Newly planted aloe vera. Going to the pistachio now. You can see the new growth on the, related to a mango if you didn't know. Looks just like a mango, doesn't it? It's the new pistachio. Both male and female. I don't know which is which, but male and female. Elderberries, York and Nova. Villée de Bordeaux fig. I tipped it, so it gets bushier. Stella cherry. Doing really good right now. Producing cherries all over. Another pineapple guava that from another angle. Strawberries. Throughout. From only 6, 7, or 8 plants, and it became all that. Fruitless olive. Thyme. French thyme, I believe. Rio red grapefruit. producing beautiful leaves. I mean, just look at that. No attention to them at all. Just planted and walked away. And flowers everywhere. Mostly the flowers in grapefruit, in my experience, are inside the canopy. So you don't see a lot of flowers outside. My prized Zaatar. This is the best one. This is Oregonum syricum, like my backyard, but this was the best one of all. This was a small plant that had a humongous root set on it, so I planted in the front, and this is one plant from concrete to concrete. One plant. Any other seedling from it I take out. There's the Morrow Blood Orange. It's going to produce a whole bunch just like last year. You can see all the tips have flowers. I keep it open center, like right here. I painted it white to reflect the sun. You can see some more flowers right there, all over. Looking at my yarrow right now. And just to tell all of you, if you're still here, thank you for sticking around, and I hope all of you are safe and stay safe. Keep gardening, be happy, and always happy gardening.